Hello and welcome to this tutorial where I will be showing you how to crochet a record coaster. If you would like the PDF version of this pattern, please check out the description for more details, alongside all of the terminology and abbreviations you will need to know for this tutorial. So to start, you will need a darning needle, some scissors, a 4mm crochet hook, as well as worsted weight yarn in 3 colors. I have red, black, and white. So to start, you are going to take your red yarn and create a slip knot. And then you are going to chain 8. If you need a refresher on the basic crochet terminology and instructions, please check out the video in the top right-hand corner of the screen. And then once you have done your 8 chains, you are going to wrap your chain into a circle to create a ring. And then you are going to slip stitch into the first chain. This will create a loop. And then from here, we are going to get started on row 1. So to start, you are going to chain 2, and this will count as the first single crochet of the row. And then you are going to single crochet into that same stitch, and then you are going to work 7 increases around. So by the end of the row, you should have a total of 16 stitches, including the initial chain 2. At the end of the row, you are going to slip stitch into the first stitch. So what this means is you are going to slip stitch into the second chain of the initial chain 2, which is acting as our first single crochet. As you can see here, I have just finished the row. Now I'm just slip stitching into the second chain of the initial chain 2. And that is row 1 complete. As you can see, there should be an opening, and it should be in the shape of a circle to get the disc started. And then getting started on row 2, we will once again chain 2, and this will be the first single crochet of the row. And then in the next stitch, you are going to work an increase. And then for a total of 7 times around, you are going to do a single crochet and then an increase. So by the end of the row, you should have a total of 24 stitches, including that initial chain 2. And just like with row 1, you are going to slip stitch into the first stitch, which just means slip stitching into the second chain of the initial chain 2. What's different about the end of row 2 is that when you're doing the last slip stitch, you are going to color change to black, which is the color of the disc. And then getting started on row 3, you are going to chain 3, and then working in the back loop only for the entirety of the row, you are going to do a double crochet increase into the next stitch, and then for a total of 11 times, you will work a double crochet and then a double crochet increase. So by the end of the row, you should have a total of 36 stitches. The initial chain 3 will count as the first double crochet. And then at the end of the row, you are going to slip stitch into the first stitch. And so that means you will slip stitch into the third chain of the initial chain 3 that you made. And then Now that I've done all of the double crochets, I am just slip stitching into the third chain of my initial chain 3. And now we're just going to take a short break to cut off our red yarn and then tie a knot to secure, and we will weave in our ends later on. And now we're going to get started on row 4. You are not going to be working in the back loop only for row 4, so just work the stitches as normal. So once again, you are going to start off with a chain 3. This will count as the first double crochet of the row. And then in the next stitch, you are going to work another double crochet. And then in the next stitch, you will do a double crochet increase. And then after that, for a total of 11 times, you are going to do 2 double crochets and then a double crochet increase. So by the end of the row, you should have a total of 48 stitches, including the initial chain 3. And then at the end of the row, you are just going to slip stitch into the first stitch or the third chain of the initial chain 3 to finish the row. And then getting started on row 5, this will be our last row and it will be worked in single crochets, not double crochets. So to start, you are going to chain 2, and then starting in the next stitch, you are going to do 4 single crochets and then an increase. And then for a total of 7 times, you are going to do 5 single crochets and then an increase. So by the end of the row, you should have a total of 56 stitches, including the initial chain 2. And then once you've completed all of your single crochets, you're just going to slip stitch into the first stitch to fasten off. Once again, the first stitch just means the second chain of the initial chain 2. As you can see here, I've just slip stitched into the second chain, and now you're just going to cut a short tail. And then taking your darning needle, we are going to weave in our ends. So what I like to do is weave my ends through the back parts of these stitches. You should not be able to see these threads from the front side or the right side of your work. They should only be partially visible through the back. As you can see, I have just woven through the back parts of the stitches, then cutting the excess. And we're just going to repeat this with all of the loose ends that we have. And this just gives a cleaner overall finish to your work. If you'd like, I'd recommend taking a piece of felt and cutting it in a circle, and then just hot gluing or sewing it to the back of the coaster, so then you won't have to see any of the ends. And now that that is complete, we are going to make the shiny parts of the record or disc. So starting from the back, you are going to insert your needle between rows 3 to 4, go over approximately 6 stitches to create a horizontal line, and then go back in between rows 3 and 4. And then in the approximate center of this line, you are going to once again go through rows 3 and 4, but split the thread so that your needle goes through the center of your yarn. And then going a little bit over, just repeating that, and then going straight to the back. And this will help give a seamless look of a curved line for the record disc. As you can see, it's very easy to do. Feel free to replay that back in case you need a slower tutorial. And then going between rows 4 and 5, you're just going to repeat that process. Just splitting the yarn with your needle to secure it in place and create that arch. But for the second line, I found that I needed to do 2 little darts to make sure that it stayed in place and had the shape that I wanted. Super easy to do, and it gives such a beautiful finish. And then going to the back of the work, we're just going to weave in our ends. So I found just working my excess thread over back to my initial starting yarn. And then I'm just going to tie them together, create a knot, and then weave in the ends. Just like how we did with the other yarn ends. This is such a quick and easy project to do, and I really love how well these finishing details make the final product look. And this is what your final record disc coaster should look like. If you have any questions regarding the pattern, please leave them in the comment section below. Just a reminder that you can find details for the PDF version of this pattern in the description. If you have any requests for future tutorials or projects you'd like to see me make, please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing, giving this video a like. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.